Oh shit. What is this feeling?
What is this feeling?
I don't think that's how the song goes. But
I don't know.
you know what?
Kind of feeling that one.
That's the way it goes.
Oh, okay.
We gotta stop there though. We don't want to get taken down because your voice is just spot on. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy. We talk all things LA Galaxy.
You.
My name is Eddie. As always, with me we got Bryant.
What up?
We got Edgar in the house. Or sorry, at Dodger Stadium. We got the lights on, huh, Edgar?
Yeah, we got the really bright lights on right now.
Yeah, it looks almost looks like it's daylight. You guys are standing really still over there too.
Yeah, the grounds crew is still in shock. Galaxy won.
Spoiler. And we got Tony.
What a deuce.
Oh my God. So yeah. So obviously everyone is smiling here, but I mean, how could you not be smiling when we took down the MLS powerhouse that is Vancouver Whitecaps, right?
Come on.
Hey man, they are in the playoffs right now, technically.
And they're coming off a 2-game winning streak. So
And they always give us trouble. Always.
every time.
I mean, right now, what team doesn't?
LAFC.
Vancouver.
Oh my God! Before we get to the game, there's a couple things, just some news that came out. I guess league news we can say. We have the announced. Kind of disappointed, because I was really hoping that we'd get this year. There's gonna be no supporter shield awarded at the end of the season.
Ooh.
I really thought that was a shoo-in, guys.
Damn. We almost had it, bro. Well, we're on the way up. We just won. Why'd they take it away? It's fucked up.
I mean, what are you guys' feeling towards it? I mean, it's not the first time we play with an unbalanced schedule. I mean, if I remember correctly, the only 2 times there's been a balanced schedule, we've won the Supporter Shield. But what are you guys' thoughts? The fact that the league is not gonna have a Supporter Shield winner.
I mean, we weren't going to win it, so fuck it.
Yeah, right. Does it really matter? Yeah, nobody cares about it.
There's arguments for and arguments against it. I've heard both of them, and both of them hold some weight. The argument for is, for not having a supporter shield this year is obviously unbalanced schedule. Teams playing a regional heavy, schedule, and you don't have that usual mix against, teams against the West and the East.
Mm-hmm.
So that's understandable. I understand that part. The arguments against are obviously this is a big trophy. A lot of people say it's not a big deal. MLS Cup counts most, but in the end, the NHL awarded the President's Trophy to the team with the best record. I don't know, they don't do it in the NBA, but I still think it's a big deal. It's important. It gives somebody a nice little dish to eat their dinner on, and it lets you put up a banner when you don't have anything else to put up in your stadium. But I'm kind of split. I understand why they wouldn't want to do it, but from what I understand, from what I've been hearing, is like they didn't take other supporters clubs into account. It's got to be if you're gonna make a decision like this, it's got to be across the board. And it looks like TFC's the supporters are pretty upset, and understandably so.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I think it's all right. Like I said before, there's been unbalanced schedules for most of the MLS. Most MLS seasons. So I think it makes it. I mean, obviously it's different, but it makes it no different awarding it now. Everyone's going through the same thing. Everyone's going through the same struggle, and rightfully so. Toronto FC should be upset because I think them and the other Canadian teams are going through even bigger struggle because they're not at home. They don't get to go home. They don't get to sleep in their beds. They're playing in New York and I don't know where else, Portland. So yeah, man.
Fresno.
Fresno. Yeah, dude. I think they should have just done it. And also what Edgar said, which I actually didn't even take into account or even think of, that it should have been voted on or some kind of I don't know. I don't know, man. I think it's whack. Maybe the leagues figures since LAFC's not gonna win it, they don't want to do it, right?
All right, that's a good gancho lío.
But I mean, if you think about it, dude, if really, we're about to play what LAFC maybe like 4 times in the season.
Yeah.
That's freaking dumb, dude. So if you really think about it, all these teams are playing each other for like a long period of time. So yeah, it makes sense to why the supporter or that shield or whatever. I don't care about it really because it's not about being in first place in MLS. But point is, if that's why they're taking it off because obviously the teams you're playing each team all the time, so it's like the points don't really like accumulate the right way or how they should.
What if they what if they gave like multiple supporter shields? You get one per conference, or however the
You get a shield. You get a shield. You get a shield.
It literally I think for the MLS to me it looks like a participation point thing. Like it's like, oh dude, you guys were the best in the league, but it doesn't guarantee you the title. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
I mean, I'm gonna give you a little pushback on that though, because seeing that you have a great regular season, I mean, it's an award for that. So I get it.
Yeah, but if you don't win the title, you look really, really bad.
Hey, Tony, don't let the heart of the series hear you, bro. Keep it down. That's 2 jokes on them already, right? We should stop. Yeah.
This was not about them. This is about us. I got 3 points on Vancouver, bitch.
Which takes me to the other award that was taken away, which we truly had a shot at, and probably our only chance for hardware. Before that, earlier they had announced there's going to be no wooden spoon winner either.
I was looking forward to some soup.
I think you know what's funny though. I could put more of an argument for that award than the supporter shield. I think the wooden spoon should definitely be in play this year, especially like if we fucking lose. You know, I feel like we have one of the easier schedules, except for maybe who the fuck has Nashville or Cincy. But I think the wooden spoon should have definitely stayed in play because that one is at the same time it's a fun award too. You know, it's I guess shameful to win it, but it's also fun. They have fun with it. You get to do stuff to it. You get to do I can't even say. You get to alternate in one way. Edgar, help me out here. You get to make a change. There you go. You get to make one change to it when you hold that award.
There you go.
That's it.
Good job.
Alter it.
There you go.
There you go, Mr. Cloud.
Damn. Somebody got B's in their English class.
Oh my god.
Take a good look. Read a book.
For whoever wonders what happened to the pre-show, that song was basically the pre-show right there. All right, guys. So let's get to some Galaxy news or rumors. So anybody that is online has probably seen what came out about Chicha from it was on Jorge Ramos, right? I think. Right?
That is correct.
Yeah, Jorge Ramos and his Chez
and his band
or whatever.
His band of misfits.
There you go. So basically, what one of the reporters came out saying is that Chicha doesn't really talk to anybody in the locker room except one player that is from the same country. He went unnamed, but I mean, there's only so many to pick from, right? And that he thinks he's Cristiano and Messi combined, supposedly.
His real name is Lionel Chichaldo.
Chichaldo.
Oh, shit.
Well, I asked this question on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get to this. Do you think Chicharito has issues with his teammates since he doesn't talk to any of them? Well, according to Jorge Ramos y su banda, 56% on Instagram said, yeah, I do think that he has issues with his teammates, and 44 said negative. On Twitter, let me get that up real quick. Shit, should have been prepared. On Twitter, 60% said most definitely. 40% said I don't think so. What do you guys think?
You want me to go first? I'll go first. Sorry guys, I know my audio's kind of fucked up. Having issues with my mixer. I promise. I'm just gonna say fuck it. And I had to buy one this week or a mic. Um, so I mentioned this before, dude. I mentioned that that Chicha and Pavon didn't get along. I mentioned the gestures. I remember I mentioned how he doesn't make eye contact, And when I heard this, I was like, "Yep." I was pretty sure. I mean, I honestly don't think to the level of this fool thinks he's Cristiano and fucking Messi. I think he doesn't fit in. I think that's what it is. I think the way that shows ran, the Jorge Ramos y su banda, there always had a little spice to things.
Hmm.
So I think that's exaggerated, but I see it. I seen it in the field before, and when that came out, I'm like, yeah, I think I was right, but I just think he's not fitting in. But hopefully, maybe the distractions with the baby and stuff, hopefully that changes because I think we're stuck with him. But yeah, I think there definitely is a split or some kind of issue with him in the locker room.
Mm, I don't want to say there is, um, but there's been times on the pitch that Chicha has called for passes from like Pavon or Leggett, and they kind of just look them over. They don't even show the attempt of them trying to give him the ball. Granted, he hasn't been good enough to be on the pitch and to receive those balls and to actually convert whatever ball he's going to get into offense. But just seeing that, maybe there's something there. Uh, I would like to think that it's what Eddie says, that, it's just him trying to acclimate himself into a new locker room and seeing how he's the highest paid in the locker room. Some feathers might get disturbed in there. And that's, that. Can't really have a solid opinion on that because I don't know. I'm not in there.
Yeah, dude, I'm straight up gonna say that I think they're professional enough to not, maybe like Eddie said, maybe they do have some sort of animosity or some sort of like, just kind of, I don't know, man, something's off within the locker room. But I think they're professional enough to not even make it a big deal. Like business is business, and when they go practice and when they go play, that's what they take it as. And I don't think honestly Chicharito has any friends in the locker room. That's why he probably doesn't get along with anybody, dude. I think he's literally just business. He goes and he gets the fuck out.
I mean, when players have issues on a team, uh, usually that kind of stuff remains internalized in the dressing room or a locker room, and they take care of it internally. Um, you hear about it all the time that they have their own court. They take care of this stuff. Never exceeds the light of day, and if you do hear about it, it's because maybe a player decided to peep about it to the media. Um, the thing is, though, the team is going through such a rough spot right now that things like this, which would normally be taken care of, are magnified.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same with life. I mean, you might have issues with somebody or a family member, and maybe you're going through a rough patch, and suddenly small arguments flare up into really big fights, and it's not something that's productive. It's counterproductive, and you're it's hard to see this kind of stuff on a stage like this because you're expecting these fellas to be professionals, professional athletes, to conduct themselves in a professional manner. But you have to remember that they're still young. Uh, Chicharito and Pavon come from two different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
They have different expectations of each other. And Chicharito coming into the galaxy, see that the dog agrees. Chicharito coming into the galaxy brings a certain, well, I don't want to say pedigree, but he certainly brought up the hype train, and he hasn't lived up to the hype. No matter, I mean, at this point, there's no doubt about it. He has not lived up to the hype,
Mm-hmm.
and that must be so frustrating for guys like Pavon, who have had to carry the team on their back. It must hurt his back every week to carry that damn team. And then the team goes into this rough spell, and it must be really frustrating. I can only imagine what kind of conversations they're having in the locker room if they're even talking at all.
Mhm.
Um, so, but they got a win today, and it came from a very unexpected source. I think I mentioned it in the pregame, which is I mean in our little uh, pre-talk, which is I feel something like this might be like a bandage over a gaping wound, but at least it stops the bleeding for one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Oh.
What were you saying? The person that spoke about it? Ooh.
Koreniuk.
Nah, fuck. Just because he has a track record of kind of outing stuff that's in the locker room, I would say the Marshmallow Boy, aka Legit.
Ah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, soft. He leaked stuff out of him getting bullied by Zlatan. Why wouldn't he leak something like this out? On top of that, maybe there's some, I wouldn't say beef, but some type of friction just because he's a U.S. men's national team member and Chicha's a three member. Maybe there's some dislike there. But I'm going to say Legit is the one that, aired those dirty chonies out and told them, hey, Chicha thinks he's fucking Chichaldo over here. And he only talks to Jonah.
Look, I got a guess, and I don't know if you'll be surprised, pero creo que este boludo entra que es Cristiano y Messi, que no quiere escuchar ni quiere entrenar. Este heel. I don't know, but I think it might have been GBS.
What?
Damn.
The coach?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's some Game of Thrones shit right there, bro.
he did bench him out that other game, so maybe took him out to 53rd.
Damn.
I hear people saying it's Zubac.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think Zubac
You
can talk
leave
his way out of a
Zubac
paper
alone,
bag,
man.
dude. I don't think Zubac can talk his way out of a paper bag. So, there you go.
That's leave the poor man alone. What about you? Oh, I'm gonna touch on Brian's. I don't think it's legit. The fact, well, yeah, we know he's already talked once before, but you mentioned the rivalry with El Tri. I don't think so. I don't think so because I don't think Legit has really been in those rivalries. I don't think he feels that rivalry. And then he's not fully American. He was, his parents are pretty Argentine. So, yeah, that's the only reason I think it's Legit. And I think as much shit as I talk about Legit, I think he's smart enough to learn his lesson from what he said. He admitted himself. He reads the comments online. So I'm sure he learned from that mistake of running his mouth.
I gotta agree with. I mean, I don't agree to the extent that it was legit, as in having animosity internationally as far as that goes. But I do think it was legit, man. I do think he spilled the beans or he said what he said. But I mean, I just honestly think about it, dude. If I put myself in Legit's shoes, like even after our freaking our lost freaking streak that we've been on, even before that when we're actually doing good for a split second. Like if I'm Legit, man, and they bring this freaking Chichaldo over here, like okay, we're paying them this much, doing this much. And you're expecting so much from this guy as your freaking star forward. You're like, hell yeah, dude, this was going to pull us through. And you're over here fucking doing bicycle kick goals and doing all this shit. And it's like, come on, man, where the hell are you, bro? So, yeah, I could understand that. It probably would be him,
People are saying Bingham in the chat. Well, Manny says Bingham in the chat. It could be. You never know.
I know, man. I've seen Bingham drinking right there in downtown LA. So maybe, he chose
Maybe
who nobody's
beefed
saying?
it in COD, and he couldn't get enough kills. And he's like, man, fuck Chichaldo. And then he told the fucking reporters, hey, Chichaldo over here tripping.
And that's because, and that was based off because he took his goalie spot, right? He's just mad. He's bitter right now.
No, man, it's got to be the one person everybody least expects. Cosmo. Cosmo, man. Especially after there was rumors that he might get laid off after the Gunnersaurus got laid off, and he's like, "Damn it, No. Just bring Chicharito with me.
Or Raul. Ooh.
Ooh, no,
Oh,
no. Don't
nah,
you
chill.
drag
Don't
don't you
be,
drag
don't
Raul
you
into
ever.
this. How dare you? Go wash your mouth.
Go do that. Anyway, gentlemen, we got 3 points today.
Woo woo woo.
I mean, fuck
Woo,
it.
woo, woo, woo.
We got 3
You
points.
know it.
Let's go over the starting lineup. As you guys
Oof.
know, Bingham shouldn't ever be on this starting lineup anymore. So we had Jonathan Klinsman in the back, Rahul out at right back, Steres, and a shocking, very shocking, Pipo Gonzalez.
What's
to
his
him.
comeback?
That made me do a double take. I was like, what?
I read Gonzalez on the thing. I was like, wait a minute. Scratched my eyes real quick. Looked again. I was like, oh shit, it is fucking Pipo Gonzalez. And out left, Emiliano Insua. Congratulations to him, by the way. He just had a newborn.
Hey,
Brought
congrats,
a
congrats.
beautiful baby into the world. And in the middle, which was a surprising, not the three that were there, but just the way they were positioned, was Kitchen as a deep CDM role, and Leggett and Sasha Klesa in front of him as the two CMs to move forward. Out left, it was Pavon. Out right, Efrain Alvarez. And up top, no, it was not Chicharito Hernandez. It was one Yoni Speedy Gonzalez, which I don't know why the fuck they put Speedy on him, because this dude look like a slug on slow motion. So, gentlemen, what did you think about this lineup?
I'll start, man.
Go for it.
I genuinely I liked it. I didn't find a big deal about it. I mean, I wasn't surprised that Chicha. I mean, I don't even want Chicha on the field, dude. Bring me Zoo back, right? You know. But
Right.
I actually like that Yoni's in the middle and how they spread it out, dude. I like the defense. I was surprised that they put people. I was like, all right, I can see it. You know, the Pure hasn't really been doing great, so why not bring somebody with the more experience again? Bring him back. You know, he actually. I mean, we always struggle against Minnesota, dude, but he did pretty. He's done good
Vancouver.
against them. Yeah, Vancouver. My bad. And he's done good against them. So I thought that was pretty good, man. But the lineup was it couldn't be worse, dude, than what we've been doing. You know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I figure at this point you might as well start throwing everything up against the wall and see what sticks. But I was really shocked to see people back in there. I thought that dude was like in perpetual doghouse. But and
They
I
let
was
him out.
also I was a little surprised and perplexed to see Yoni up there. And at this point, I mean, I don't know if you could say I was positive or not. I was just like, well, might as well, give it a shot and see if it works. And
You're like, well, Dodgers won.
well, no, this is before the Dodgers won.
That's true, dude.
So I was just like, oh yeah, let's see what happens, And then I saw Klinsman in the back, and I was like, oh, so this has become a thing, right? Okay, sure, whatever.
Fuck it, right?
At this point, you got nothing to lose at this point. I mean, you're in the season's already a roaring dumpster fire. So
And what a dumpster fire it is.
So
To me, this was a shocking in just seeing the way they lined up. We've never, to my knowledge, have played with one deep CDM. And the fact that Sasha started again, I mean, it was something that we ain't seen. We were coming off 6 L's. Might as well try something new. And to our surprise, it worked out today. It wasn't the strongest lineup we could have put out there. To me, I think Efrain shouldn't have started, but who else are we going to put in there? Later on in the match, we find out that maybe we should have started with somebody else. Up top with Yoni, I don't think it was a surprise to me. Last match, I think GBS, I got a question about him taking out Chicha, and he said it was his decision. For one, that tone that he took with that told me that he's not pleased with Chicha at all, even though Chicha has come out and said that GBS has been pleased with him. Joni started, and to me, he did a pretty good job up there. Fuck it, right? A 4-3-3. Who would have thought?
Well, um, are we getting into how everybody did, or?
I don't know.
Get into the
Technical
game.
difficulty guy
Oh,
over
sorry.
there.
Well, I mean, I will say this. I was pleasantly surprised by people's performance. I think it has been one of his best performances uh, since he's been wearing Galaxy colors. Um, I also I was very pleasantly surprised again by Insua's performance, but we'll get into that. So more in
Yeah,
depth.
let's just say,
Yeah.
bro, first half, what are you thinking about then, dude? What's going through your mind first half, first 15 minutes? What do you think, bro?
Right? You want to go first?
I don't know. For the majority of this first half, Vancouver had the possession, but it wasn't like they were going up and actually getting any good shots on us. With this formation, it seemed that our back four actually stayed home. There wasn't that much pushing up from our wing backs, which usually gets us in troubles and counters. It wasn't the case this time around. One of the most impressive players in this first half to me was Perry Kitchen. The way that he was just destroying plays in that middle and making it tough and making the opposition think twice to come through his central position that should impress me. Araujo staying back was pretty solid, and Sua staying back was pretty solid. People didn't fuck up. That's very impressive. On the offensive side, we didn't. I mean, we took 6 shots. Pavon had one early that he should have put away, and I actually almost threw my phone because I was watching it on my phone, and I was like, "Fucking Pavon Sandrini, what are you doing? You need to make that goal," and it should have been his. It wasn't, and you just move on for those type of plays. And after that, I was pleased. I could coming from a 6-game losing streak to seeing a 0-0 halftime score was a plus side for me. Especially seeing how we weren't really controlling the ball that well. We weren't really making plays. Like there was no real connection with those midfields and the forwards. They were trying, but it looked. They were forcing passes, but aside from that, 0-0 at halftime. I give that a thumbs up.
Yep. I gotta agree with you on that one, man. Because first, I was eating ramen, by the way, when I was watching this, dude, on my phone too as well. But dude, they look good, man. I thought they started off way better than they started like all these past games. I actually liked Yoni a lot, dude. He wasn't getting like the greatest balls ever, but he was fighting for the ball, the headers. He was winning headers. He was stopping the ball. He was actually being strong offensively, holding people back, the defensive line, giving the passes back. I thought he was doing great. And as far as Kitchen, dude, I can't say anything bad about him, dude. I think every time he steps on that field, dude, he shows up, dude. He's always showed up, man. I feel like he's a really, really solid CDM, dude. Like if I was playing against him, I'd be scared, dude. I'm like, it's gonna hit me, man. Like, fuck, dude.
I would too.
He's hard, bro. And I think that's a positive on him, dude, because I could only imagine what the opposition thinks,
Yeah.
But and same thing with who was on the right with him, dude?
It was Araujo on the right side, and then Efra on that right side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Araujo, dude. Araujo was pretty good, dude. I thought he did great, man. There was some passes where I'm just like you said, they were forcing things. I was just like, there was no need for it. They could have just passed around, gone back or something instead of trying to force the passes. But other than that, the first half to me looked great, man. It looked the positive. Dude, we should have been up 1-0, Pavon, like you said, he dreamed it, man. That's where the times where the tienes que ser grande, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Come on, bro. Just all he had to do was literally pick a pocket instead of trying to take him, dude. He would have had the goal easy.
Yeah, and I think Drina would have drilled that, to be honest.
I'm gonna give GBS a little credit here. I don't know if this was his plan, but I've given people shit, but I don't think as much as you guys do, because I always hold on to that. There's got to be something about him, the whole fact that he played in Italy, remembering him a little bit from here, and the fact that they gave him that farewell in his last club. So I don't know if this was his plan, but I think Vancouver, let's be honest, is an easier opponent that you're gonna face, and GPS brought him in because Kitchen played by himself as a CDN. One thing I've said about Kitchen, and I love Kitchen, is that he's a destroyer, but he needs somebody to come check in, right? He doesn't have a guy right next to him, so I think people out of the whole back line, or the center backs, I should say, is a better outlet. He has a better vision. He could play. Maybe he can't defend as great, but he can pass the ball better than everybody else. And I think he was brought in to help skip Kitchen in some of those plays. And I felt, I don't know about you guys, but watching the game, I felt a little more calm coming out of the back. There was less.
Yeah, I think I really felt the same way, especially when Gonzalez had the ball on his feet. I was like, all right, we're not gonna fuck this up, and we didn't at all. I don't think we put ourselves in any position where we get, like usually we try to pass up from the back and we fuck it up and then we get scored on. I didn't feel any fear of that happening in the first half in this game.
There's one thing that stuck out to me, and that is something I've been mentioning in the past few weeks, is that Galaxy started working the high press, and it actually started to work for them. Instead of sitting there and waiting for the team to come towards them, they're actually trying to press them and trying to force them to make bad passes across the middle. And it wasn't overwhelming, but it was something better than we've seen in the during this really bad streak.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was wonderful. We hadn't seen this in a while, and of course that gave us more opportunities to score. You gotta give Vancouver a little credit because they've been through a rough spot. Eddie mentioned that the Canadian teams have had it rougher than most, and they're doing pretty good right now. They're in the playoff spot, and for them to come in here, and they were definitely favored, and Galaxy had them on their heels on a few occasions. Pavon definitely should have buried that shot. He got too cute with that. You can't get too cute with that. You just gotta put the biscuit in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleasantly surprised. I keep saying that. I was delighted. How's that?
All right, that sounds better.
I was delighted with how Araujo was playing. He was getting, he was trying to whip the ball in there. I noticed that Yoni was bringing a different dynamic into the attacking third that we haven't seen in a while, because we're so used to that, the same thing over and over with Chicharito or Zubac. But I thought that was wonderful. I think Vancouver wasn't expecting that, and that gave us a bit of an edge. Unfortunately, Galaxy couldn't score, but on the other hand, they didn't give up any goals either. So that's a huge plus, going 0-0 at the half. Hey,
yeah,
maybe we could get a point out of this. Get a point, and that was the expectation.
And then onto that that we did give up a goal. To touch on that, sorry, I didn't get to really watch the last game, which we didn't talk about, nor will we. But I had asked you guys about how Klinsmann looked compared to Bingham. So there was one play in the first half where they had a free kick, right? Maybe it wasn't as dangerous or too dangerous, but just that one simple save, the fact that he hit that ball wide as he could, I was already like, all right, this guy's definitely better than Bingham. I don't know if you guys remember the play I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it was near the
end. It was a free kick, right? Like a really far kick.
Yeah. I mean, he was always gonna get to that. Bingham would have got to it too, but
it was hard, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That's a hard ball to get.
And at the same,
it was kind of dipping as you're going,
And he still had, he had the presence of mind to know, I got to hit this shit wide. I can't just spill it right in front of me. I can't fucking put it back into the middle. He just watch that again, and that dude fucking make sure he fucking
Bingham would have brought it back down into the 6
with this with this Disneyland Mickey Mouse gloves all soft and shit. Oh my god! Also, another thing you guys didn't mention about the first half: set pieces. Set pieces started showing in the first half already. Even off corners, Steris had a chance, and moments later, that drawn up play where Efra hit the legit running in, and the keeper saved it. and we had actually had scored in that play, but Steris ended up being offside.
Upside, yeah. Tim, one of the things that still bothers me, still irks me, is the fact that we're still trying to get those crosses in there with not that many players in the box. I would have thought that having this 4-3-3 formation, you would be pinching in the wings and try to create something through the middle, something where you could do a 1-2 give and go type thing. And we didn't do that as much as I would have liked to see. It's one of the things that they're going to have to work on from here on out. I mean, I don't know if the coach is going to stay or not, but if we keep this formation, it should be with the wingers pinched in and, trying to create something through the middle. You have two center mids that are going to push up to attack, and you're going to have Kitchen drop back deep. So you should be able to freely do that. We didn't see that in this game, and I'm kind of disappointed in that.
All right, what a jerk. So towards the end of the first half, obviously everybody saw Yoni took a slide tackle, and he came up limping, and obviously wasn't the same again. I don't know.
He took several knocks though, leading up to that.
Yeah, but the main one, I think that was self-inflicted. I think he tried to sell it, and he kind of he
fucked himself up.
Yeah, he hyperextended or something. He I don't know what he tried to do. It was just very awkward, and instead of jumping over it or whatever, he like threw his right leg over. It was just weird. And I think that injury was more his fault than the actual slide tackle.
Yeah, the tackle I don't think it was a foul. I don't know, man. It didn't look bad at all, dude. And even in slow motion, it didn't even look bad. So I was kind of surprised that he actually got hurt.
But
hopefully he's all right, man. Seriously, dude.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna be missing Kitchen, which we could go into the second half. I don't even think it was a foul that Kitchen committed for that yellow.
It was just two guys fighting for the ball, and one of them went down soft.
Yeah, he's just a strong player, dude. So he makes other people look like bitches.
That's true.
yeah, dude. It sucks when you're that type of player because it's like you're going for the ball, dude. And sorry, my body's harder than yours. Like shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and Perry's I'm sure stronger than a lot of MLS players. But yeah, man, that was fucked up, and now it causes for him to miss the next game, which the way he's been playing, that's gonna be someone we're really, really, really gonna miss in the next game. But yeah, so back to the Yoni thing. Yoni only played I think 5 minutes in the second half, and then of course, who else comes in? Everyone's favorite,
Super sub.
Chicharito.
So
El tronco.
let me ask you guys a question though, before we get into how Chicha did. The way Yoni was playing, which I think we all agree he was doing great.
Mm-hmm.
How many minutes do you think Chicha actually plays if Yoni doesn't get hurt?
15.
Honestly, yeah, I wouldn't. 15.
Nah, truthfully, I honestly think they would have given him 30 minutes.
I would say 15, 20. From the 75th minute, he comes in. But he got lucky because Yoni was, we were knocking on the door with Yoni there. We looked a little bit more threatening with him in there.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to say, dude, because GBS is obviously in the hot seat. I think we all know that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And the way they were playing, it's hard to see him pulling out of Yoni. Or I just looked at it right now. The next up to come in was Harvey for Efra, and that would have still moved Yoni away from that position if say it was Chicha instead coming in. So I don't know. I don't think I would have saw him playing more than 15, 20 minutes at most the way it was going.
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Right?
I guess we'll never know.
Great. Good job, Brian. I like that. So Chicha obviously does come in. What are you guys feeling at this point? Did you guys notice an automatic change?
Woo!
Oh,
Man.
we suck again.
Exactly my thought. I was like, oh no, here we go. He's not gonna pass him the ball. He's not gonna pass the ball. He's gonna get a 1v1. He's gonna skyrocket that shit, which he did.
Which he did.
And I thought the whole dynamic was gonna be off. To my surprise, it wasn't even that bad.
Uh, I don't
We've
know.
seen worse. We've seen worse from
It's-
Chicha.
Yeah, we've seen worse from him, but I think what really helped him is that Pavon playing on that right side. Uh, it changed things up. Pavon, I think he feels more natural on the right side. That's where he was playing for Boca,
Hmm.
and it allowed him and Chicha to mess around with that side of the field, get some balls in there, and unfortunately, Chicha just isn't there to meet the balls. And when the one chance that he gets, oh gosh,
yeah, he actually
I
had a couple of chances. Are you talking about the slide?
yeah, he throws it, into like up into the restaurant,
um, yeah, I mean there was that chance, but there was also the one that Insua gave him, and I think that one, the one that Insua gave him, was a sign of desperation. You know, as much shit as we talk, and I'd like to believe he's a pro and he played in those big clubs for a reason. I think that was desperation. He was so close to goal, and he just figured I gotta shoot it when he had
Yeah.
two defenders,
Mhm.
closing him in. I think not so desperate, not so under pressure, not so hungover. Bud Light Seltzer's Chicha would have kept his composure a little more, But what?
He also had one outside the box
Yeah.
that that Sasha had dummied, and he first timed.
Right.
I mean, him as a professional forward in that position, you would think he would hit that top corner, but he also skydashed it to the restaurant. I think he was just hungry, dude. To be honest.
You seen that Jersey side? I don't think he's that hungry. So, what Edgar, you mentioned Pavon switching to the right and him feeling more comfortable. I'm gonna point out something huge, dude, huge that I don't know if people also saw this. With that, it also changed when Ephra came out, because obviously he switched sides when Ephra came out, but
Mhm.
Ephra was struggling the second half.
Bad.
He
Bad.
he couldn't give anything with his right. He tried to play through balls. That should have in swing with his right. He tried to hit him in swing with his left, and it will obviously go straight into the defender. And I think that's what also caused Pavon to not get a lot of those balls. Because Ephra couldn't get those balls to back to the middle, whether it was Kleshchen or Leggett, because all they had to do was close in on his right, and he had to close on his left, and he still tried to force those passes. So I think that actually was a big thing for Pavon to start playing better as well.
Yeah, and I think Edgar alluded to this before we even went on, that Pavon played like a beast in Boca Juniors on that right side, and we seen that today. Given that assist, he gave one to Chicha that he should have scored. He looked very comfortable on that right side.
I personally like him more on the right side, dude. Like straight up, dude. I know we put him on the left so he could, cut in and shoot with his right. Obviously he's done some dope goals like that, but it doesn't come often, man. So personally, from this game, from what we got from Chicha missing that easy goal that he should have made, and even like the goal that Kai made in the end, like you could just easily say that I'd rather have him pass the ball into the small box, than him trying to shoot, because I think we're gonna get more out of that instead.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like I don't need him to cut in to shoot all the time, dude. If he could give me that box inside the six, dude, every freaking time, which he was, dude, those passes were solid, dude. And I mean, I'd rather have that than him trying to shoot all the time. Or even if they do that again, like if I start him in the left and they fucking move him to the right, give me a little bit of everything, But
Yeah.
I generally like him more on the right. I feel he feels more comfortable, and I can see it.
Yeah, echoing what you said. Obviously, having him on the left side wasn't working like it was initially. MLS defenses have adjusted to him. They're double, triple teaming him. When he tries to do that same thing, which is like his bread and butter move on that left side. Uh, Defenses are already adjusting to it. They're shifting over. They're closing down his angles. They're pushing him farther away from the six, from the 18. So he's having to go farther out, take some shot off balance that goes flying to the far post, up into the stands, and it looks ugly. And he looks desperate, trying to make something out of nothing.
Mhm.
And MLS defenses have been exploiting that, and you can see the result. All of a sudden, we go from like the argument of hey, we have one of the best players in MLS, or the best player in MLS,
Mhm.
Pavon, to who is this guy? What the hell happened to this guy?
Mhm.
He got lazy, he got slow. But to switch back to the right side, he's doing something that he's accustomed to, something that he excelled at with Boca Juniors, and he's gonna get some assists. He's gonna get whip the ball in there, and he's gonna get his opportunities. You whip the ball in there, it gets carried around. He comes in, he'll get a shot off, he'll get his goals. But baby steps. The fact that we got the win today, and he was on the passing end of that. It's wonderful.
Right.
Let's get some more of this stuff.
Mhm. Let me touch some on the Alvarez subject on the chat. Mike Gray says it's worth it to deal with Efrain's growing pains in the long run, and I agree with that. It's not that he had a bad game today. It's just he was forcing a lot of stuff, and he seems that he's not comfortable yet at this level. It's not to say that he doesn't have the skill to be in this level, because we've seen that he has had some bright spots in with this team, but it's just I think he's going to be better off the bench, and for now, of course, he's going to be one of the players that we're going to go forward with, and probably keep and have him as a starter, starting whatever role he's going to do later in the future.
Now look, growing pains, I understand, but look, fuck that. Look at Julian, right? Julian has to defend. There's no way why Julian should have more crosses in the game or better, let's say, more successful, better crosses in the game, right? Because Efra's supposed to be what's wrong with me today? Felicitator. I can't even talk today. With my mic and me. So
it's because we're shocked that they won,
right,
bro.
right. That's what it is. But it's like we're not even pros. There's a lot of times where he had his right. This is my biggest complaint. He had his right. He had like clear, easy crosses that could have been dangerous, but he has to go back to his left. We're not pros. I've crossed successful balls with my weak foot. I'm sure you have. You can play a through ball with your weak foot, right?
But we're playing against fucking fat old dudes on Sunday.
They're his. That's our level. He's playing against his level too. We're playing against our level. But the problem is, it's not just that. It's not that he's not making the passes aren't successful. It's that he doesn't even fucking try them. Try it. Try your weak foot. You're gonna have to use it.
I can't give you that one, dude. I'm with it. I'm with him trying to figure it out, trying to see where he's more comfortable. And say in the next game he plays on the left side and he actually getting those crosses in, then, shut the fuck up, Eddie. That's what he's basically going to tell you. You know what I mean? But it's something that I'm willing to go through with him. Just because he's 18, he's still young. Araujo, we already know, que a ese maje si le cuelga. But, Alvarez, we haven't seen that yet. And we eventually will, because it's not like he doesn't have the skill set for it. You know what I mean? So just be patient.
I don't know, man. That stuff you mentioned, that's stuff that you work out in practice. I just chalk it up to him having a bad game. What's wrong with that? It happens, and you learn from these experiences. Hopefully, I mean, if he continues doing the same thing over and over, week in, week out, then obviously there's something else going on. But the stuff you mentioned, you work that out in practice. That's what that's for. When you come into a game, you have an idea of what you're going to do, and if you don't, it's either because the other team adjusted well, or you're just having a bad day. You might have a great week during practice. You might show up to a game day and it's just not in the cards. And he just had a rough game.
Rough game. I don't think it was bad though. I don't think he had a bad game, dude. Like Brian said, it wasn't bad. It just could have been better.
No, and then I had no complaints about him in the first half. He struggled in the second, and maybe it's one of those things too. But that they should work on in practice. But I'm pretty sure they did. He's left-footed playing on the right side, so I'm sure they were preparing him if he had to throw in a cross with his right. He was technically the first sub in the game for a reason. Yoni came out, but that was a forced sub. So he was obviously struggling. Anyways, we still got some more to go. So let's get to the goal. Who wants to take us through that?
Golazo! And there's the review of the goal.
I could have sworn as soon as Kai scored, dude, I just see Chicha look at him like, bitch.
Oh my god.
You could hear Zubac's, heart breaking on the bench.
Like in The Simpsons when Ralph gets his
Yeah.
heart broken.
You know, Ralph Wiggum,
right
this is the-
moment.
All right. Who you
scored-
say, Eddie? Yeah, golazo.
Dude, this kid, we've seen him in preseason a year ago. We thought we saw something in him, and apparently he hasn't been able to get on the pitch. Today, he's gonna make a name for himself. You know, he went in there, he scored the one chance that he had, similar ball that was put to Chicha, he put it in there, and I'm happy for the kid. This is an interesting stat, though. I think he is the first substitution player in this LA Galaxy who has scored this season.
No
I
way.
believe that stat is correct.
That sounds right. I believe it. We've only had like three different goal scorers. So
Right.
It's pretty sad.
yeah. Think about it.
Especially because we're gifted 5 subs.
How many minutes did he play, by the way? How many minutes was he on the pitch?
Let me see. I got you right now.
Less than Chicha.
Doing better than Chicha.
Yeah.
He played. Where is he at? Damn, he played 3 minutes plus stoppage.
All right. Damn, dude. So
Super
you
sub.
want to hear something sad? You want to hear something sad? He's already tied Chicha, dude. And he has way less minutes in the field, bro. Like, come on, man.
He's already tight Chicha. Yeah.
And then
That's sad.
and we could talk about opportunities or whatever, but as Edgar mentioned, there were very similar opportunities. They both got this game, so
Difference is one scored.
Yeah. But we can't really knock Chicha on him missing that one. I mean, he's trying.
Oh,
He hasn't been.
fucking Brian. You with your
Shut up.
always trying.
No, at this
He's
level, of all
trying
the
really hard.
scrutiny,
Yeah,
he's
Brian.
got to score these goals.
Nah, yeah, he does. He
Yeah.
does.
At this point, dude, don't try it, dude. Just fucking do it, man.
Especially if you're getting paid that money.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know what the difference is between Kai and Chicha? About like $5.5 million or something or
Yep.
more or so.
Damn.
So that's why Chicha has to put that.
Koreniuk eats ramen noodles every day. Instant noodles.
Yeah, the expired ones
Damn.
at the.
Back to my
They're
sophomore
cheaper.
year in college. Man.
And he roommates with like fucking a bunch of G2 players.
Damn. Speaking of subs, though, I feel GBS should have taken out a lot, like other players, instead of like a legit.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Here's
And
hold on.
this is
No.
where my case is gonna land.
Go
It's
ahead.
gonna be with Sasha, not because he was playing bad. I think he fucking played great. Sasha
did.
Klesha, for what it's worth, for his old ass, he played perfect. Towards the end of the game, though, let's say like around the 65th, dude, you could tell his legs were linguini.
Who would you put?
Well, it's not like Vancouver was making him
Yeah,
run a lot.
exactly.
He's
So-
just, he was just kind of meandering around the middle of the field and doing what he needed to do without having to exert himself
Yeah.
too much.
So here,
Yeah.
let me ask you, Brian. What did Legit do in this game?
Not fuck up either.
Okay, but what did he do? What was he doing? Just played his game, right? I guess he
He played his game.
Yeah.
I think whatever game plan that came in here, it was perfect because the Jet looked good,
But he-
Kitchen looked good, and Sasha Klesha looked good.
besides the that set piece where the goalie blocked it, I don't think he was very dangerous. He wasn't doing much to help create that danger. Question to the very end of the game was spreading that ball around, putting us in better positions than anybody on that field. Those last minutes when the subs were coming, dude, I was hoping he would not come out. Kleshin didn't have to dribble. Kleshin didn't really have to dribble.
No,
All he had
yeah,
to
he
do,
didn't.
he just spread that ball. He has that soccer IQ. His 200th MLS start, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
So-
which is something I've alluded to on this show that I think the pace that he puts, not the pace, how he dictates the tempo, how Sasha Klesha dictates the tempo in that center midfield is way above whatever Legit does. I get that.
So
But Legit he was a workhorse too in that midfield. He was coming back to defend and helping out. Kitchen and whatever.
okay, perfect. So you bring in somebody that's not tired, fresh legs, that can be another workhorse, which was Harvey, which was a perfect,
Carlos Harvey.
which was a perfect sub to
Super subs. Super
super
subs.
subs, bro.
to release Kleshin even more. You know,
Yeah.
cover all that ground. You couldn't take Kleshin out of this game. There was no way.
To me, he just looked tired. That's why. That was it.
A little bit.
Because at that point, I was already happy with that tie.
Maybe his game changed, but to me, tired enough to take him out. No way. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it different. No, Bryant is blind or something, but
I'm not saying he had a bad game. To me, because he's 35, bro.
you're 0-0, and the guy that's putting your team, you're 0-0 with a chance to win, and you're gonna take out the guy that's.
We didn't have a chance to win, bro. At that point, to me, I was good with the tie. I was
good
with that tie.
What do you mean?
Sasha
out,
numerous chances to win.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
And with the tie, I was good.
Oh my God.
I was good at that point with the tie.
Hey, somebody else talk, please.
Never. With the score being, with the game being scoreless at this point, you got to try and go for all three and get they had their opportunities. I mean, it was frustrating. It was frustrating that we weren't winning the game, but at the same time, we were very lucky that Vancouver hadn't scored too. So you want to go for that win. I mean, you can't say that, Brian. Come on, man.
And you're at home in a desperation situation, bro. Where,
like I was telling you, I was good with a tie, bro. I was tired of losing. See the point.
So
this is you gotta have that Cobra Kai mentality, man. You can't just sit back and like, I'm gonna wait for them to strike first.
You saw what happened to Miguelito?
Yeah,
we haven't seen it yet.
You know why? You know why that happened to Miguelito? Because he took out questions.
Why?
He could have. He could have finished that job, but he's like, nah. Let me pull out question and leave it legit. That's what happened.
You know what though? That sub was great because Harvey came in and he put in work as well.
Yeah, dude. You're the guy that tweeted, "Oh, imagine we make it to the playoffs and win." Well, you were good with the tie. Come on. I'm mad. Let's give awards. Fuck all that.
And don't be mad. We won today, man.
Yeah,
come on.
See? Fucking Brian.
Won.
Dodgers won. Galaxy won. Damn.
Saw a great fight yesterday. We're still buzzing off the Lakers championship.
What you mean? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
All right, awards. I'm gonna assume this is gonna be the more difficult one. So I'll start with the game is off award. I think you guys are gonna know which one's mine. And it's just that it's I don't want to say he was terrible. He just struggled a lot and a little disappointing. Him being the playmaker that he's supposed to be. Use your fucking weaker foot, man. You got this, young man. You got this. So that's all I'm gonna say because I'm not gonna knock him too much because again it was just one bad half, and it's that. So Ephra, my Geo award.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean it was a pretty solid game for most players, and again I'm not saying that this had the worst game or a terrible game. It's just that was my frustration with them.
Game is off award. Sasha.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, from the starters, I'll agree with you. Alvarez he was just struggling a little bit. It's fine.
From the starters, what do you mean? So somebody else in your mind?
Because they had the most minutes played. So
you could pick anyone. It doesn't have to be a starter, bro.
Then it's going to be Chicharito.
Just say Harvey.
Well, then it's going to be Chicharito.
I thought you were going to pick Harvey or Koreniuk.
Hell no.
I'm just kidding.
Chicharito.
Because that's been his MO all season long.
Yeah,
man.
That's been his game. To what Spenny's been saying about Zubac's game. Chicharito, that's been his game. I mean, has that been Efra's game as well since he hasn't been consistent?
How about the chat? A little help in the chat because this is I think a difficult one for this game. But go ahead, Brian.
Especially because we won. So it could be either Alvarez or Chicha. Since Alvarez was a starter, he got more minutes. I'm gonna give it to Alvarez.
I'm gonna give it to Chicharito, dude, straight up. Chicharito. I don't care. He could have been in there for 5 minutes, and if he would have gotten that ball where he should have scored clearly, I would still give him that award because that is unacceptable, bro. It is unacceptable. Don't try, man. Just do it. Do it.
I feel as soon as he saw that number, Tony was like, I'm gonna go on and give this fool the award. I don't go fuck what he does.
Straight up, dude. Like, damn, did he even play?
He's like, fuck you, Chewy. Chewy says Yoni.
Nah, I thought he did great, man. He was strong, man. He was a strong forward, dude.
He is. He is a strong forward.
I can see why Chewy would say Yoni, and this is something I was looking at was that. And gosh, I hate this when you barely touch somebody and they crumple to the ground, like repeatedly. And it seems like Yoni spent more time on the ground than he did standing up and running around. They kept every time they kept, like a ball would get whooped into the 18, and any defender came near him, Yoni's like laying on the ground like he just got sniped or something. At first I understand, like, okay, yeah, maybe you took a bump, maybe somebody ran into you, but after a while it gets really annoying. And the refs, I mean, MLS refs, they're gonna see, this guy is, trying to, he's trolling for a penalty, but he obviously he didn't get it, but eventually he really did take a good crack, and then he really did have a reason to get down and stay down. That's why I can see I'm entertaining Chewy's suggestion, but to me, although I did say it has been his MO all year, it has to be Chicharito, and it's because up until the goal that won the game, that was the clearest opportunity besides Pavon's that we had all game long to win it. And at that point, because Pavon's goal came in earlier in the game, and you're like, okay, there's going to be other chances. Well, yeah, there was that Chicharito chance. And the thing that stood out to me the most was that it was almost the exact same run up and then pass and then play that gave us the winning goal by Koreniuk, except that Chicharito, he panicked, or I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. He needs some therapy.
You know what Chicharito's gonna say?
That dude like smashed, the shoot button and sent the ball flying up into like the night sky. That ball probably landed somewhere in the tennis stadium. That's disappointing. It's because who's to say that Koreniuk doesn't come in and scores that goal and we end up with a 0-0 draw? Maybe Vancouver, runs the ball back and scores. Come on, you got to get those in, man.
But it didn't.
Embarrassing. So yeah, he gets a Gio award for me. Maybe after the season we're gonna change the name of the award to like the Chicha Tronco Award or something. Because he's I mean even Gio would try. I mean Chicha, he throws his hands up and screams like a little girl.
Whoa, hey,
I'm sorry. I don't want to say a little girl because little girls can be pretty tough. I'll say like an exasperated, angry little boy.
There you go. I can't use words like that, but good shit.
Well,
hold on, real quick. Wait. Before you think of changing the Chicha award and you're talking about Gio, it's just called Gio award because of the acronym, bro. It has nothing to do with the player, right? You're being a jerk. It just happened to spell Gio.
Well, this is my quick question and towards what you said about Yoni Gonzalez. Do you think he's throwing himself on the floor and trying to get those fouls because he's not in shape?
No.
It's because nobody's told him that we have VAR.
Maybe that's just his play, man. It's South American style.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they are. A lot of them, dude.
You scratch and you scrape for whatever little advantage you can get, even if that means throwing yourself on the ground.
Yeah. Or it could have been you saw how the set pieces were going. Could have been part of the game plan. Could have been what GBS asked him to do. Get us some set pieces in dangerous places. I mean, it could have been many things.
True.
But
let's get to the next award.
Hey,
good one.
The only one taking an L this weekend is fucking Brian, huh? Nothing is going his way in this podcast.
Why?
Right.
Because
I'm winning. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Because
We have 3 points, baby.
Oh my god. Anyways, what do you guys want to go with next?
How about an honorable mention?
Tight. Sure. I'm stuck in between. There's so many good ones.
I already got one.
Go ahead then.
The kid that came in, Kai Koreniuk. As
Cop
smooth as Koreniuk.
Cop out.
It's not a cop out. This dude played half a second and he scored.
Yup.
Honorable mention.
Yup. I agree with you, Brian. I got
Straight
the
up.
same one on that one too, man. Same reasoning.
All right, fuck it. I'll go next because fuck Brian. I'm gonna go with people. All the shit he's been giving. I'm sure he feels like shit with everywhere he's played.
He looked like shit today, actually. Like physically, he looked all old.
Dude, you know
what's
what's so funny?
Barbudo.
You know
he looked like he was 40, bro.
You know
what? Who the fuck is this guy?
You know what's funny? That you say that fool says that, and then I thought of Brian right when they showed him because I put his shirt tucked in. Like, damn, that fool looks like Brian.
Yeah, I took my shirt in when I played.
So I'm gonna go with people because again, the guys played top leagues. He did great here. He got brought in to do a job that hasn't really worked out, and then a fucking kid starts over you, and you come in and you do great. You were, I think he did better than Steres. There's also that play that eventually was offside. He fucking tracked back and cleared it off the line. He was very vocal. That's one thing I forgot to mention. He was screaming at Pavon and Efra.
He was. I saw that.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why it's my honorable mention. The guy, wasn't rattled. He was a true pro. And I'm not saying that he should be starting every game because, again, I think this was a weaker opponent, and I'm giving credit to Klinsmann saying that he knew what he was doing. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with people for this one. Fuck you, Bryant.
Yeah. Chewy says that Klinsmann should have got the honorable mention. And
definitely.
I thought about that myself. But there's one thing this kid keeps doing that it's starting to bother me. And it's, I mean, I understand. You want to get the ball down the field,
I know where you're going.
to somebody so you can start something. But it seems like he does that every single time. It reminds me of who was that quarterback for the Bears? It was like, go deep, guys. And he's throwing the ball down the field at anybody. And the Bears get destroyed in the Super Bowl. Remember?
You're a little older than us, Edgar. Maybe not. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
The Bears
No,
were
what
in
I'm
Super
trying
Bowl.
to say is like, what I'm trying to say is that he I know he's trying to distribute the ball on the field, but he's just punting it into open space. And
Chewy said it was Uncle Rico.
in the early 90s, a lot of American goalkeepers used to get criticized for that, for just punting the ball down the field without any clear direction, just trying to get the ball out of the area and release some pressure. And unless he finds a way to become more accurate and actually link up with Pavon or Chicha or whoever that heck is down the field trying to, corral the shot, it just looks stupid to me. But I understand why he could be honorable mention, but that's not my honorable mention. My honorable mention is Insua. I think he played the best game he has played with the LA Galaxy. He looked like a man possessed, I guess you want to use that old term. But congratulations to him and his wife. They have a baby. And I think he came in there with the mentality of like, my baby's born. He, Rocky 2, I'm going to knock Apollo out. And, he went in there and he did amazing. I think he did a fantastic job. He didn't overcommit. He was sharp the entire night. There were a couple of occasions when I think he tried to create something out from the back and it just didn't go through. But overall, he did fantastic. I wish we could see the same in Sua game in, game out. And maybe we will. Maybe he's found a new source of
enlightenment.
A new source of inspiration, because of his baby. And so more power to him. I really wish Insua would play like this every day because we would really, really benefit from that. So I will mention my boy Insua.
Yeah. That was good.
The Galloper.
The Galloper.
Falta Tony. Oh no, Tony agreed with you, huh?
No, I agree with Brian. And it's okay. It's okay what Eddie says. You're cool, dude.
Thanks, man. You're cool. I appreciate that, man. I really needed that. I didn't know if this whole backwards hat thing was still cool, but so we got Edgar and Brian wearing it forward, and I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? So, anyways.
Show us the hair, Eddie.
Oh no, that's why I have the hat on. Fuck all that.
Show us the hair.
It's like all Sideshow Bob right now.
So, I love it. Come on, do it.
What do you mean? This is all like
do it.
I look like fucking Tony right now.
Do it.
Come on. This is both. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that.
Damn.
Nicola. Look at that shit.
Damn.
Freaking
Dude.
there. Look at that fool.
You look like you listen to The Cure.
Oh my god.
Get a haircut.
Anyways, so last but not least, next standing player.
Woo! The whole team, baby. 3 points. I'll take it.
I'm gonna go with Brian because I don't know. Brian's been different. Go. Who do you got, Brian?
To me, my next standing player award goes to none other than Sir Perry Kitchen.
Ooh.
My man was in there destroying everything that came through his shit. And he put motherfuckers on their ass. Got a yellow. I love that shit. The way he played today and let Leggett and Sasha just roam around and do their thing offensively, Beautiful.
Yup.
Perry Kitchen.
Perfection.
So real quick, my oh, it's Ed Rodriguez. Shout out to Ed Rodriguez. That's actually my favorite comment. Look like the emo kid from South Park.
Nailed it.
That's funny. So that guy threw me out. That was good. So I'll go. I can't stop looking at myself now. So
Hey, you look
I look good.
you look like the goth kid from freaking South Park, bro.
that's that's what he said. That's what we're talking about.
No, okay. That guy.
So
Poser. You're such a poser.
anyways, so I'll go next. For me, it's easy. For me, it's Kleshin, because that's the thing. That's, even though he's not the long term solution, that's something I've been asking for someone to spread the ball, and he did that all game. I think there isn't many complaints about him. In this game, he was putting us in those positions that gave us those chances. He was just spreading the ball the way I wanted a number 10 to do. So, yeah, for me, it's Kleshin. Easy for me.
I'll go.
Only Renegade.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Assist Pavon, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Pavon because he is our fucking anchor, bro. He's our fucking anchor. We need his ass. Every game we freaking need him, dude. He could have had, honestly, 2 goals today. That freaking, the first one that he literally choked, and then the second almost to the end of the game where he gets I think it's like a stop play. He gets like a ball in, hits the post.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that would have been a beautiful goal, dude, if that would have been in. But he did great, and the assist, man. He should have had 2 assists, dude. Fuck, you should have had the Chicharito one. He should have had the one with Kai, or he does. But yeah, I think he gets my award, man, for best player for sure.
There you go.
Next, stand.
Can't argue with that.
Edgar. Well, I've been giving it some thought, and
well, no shit, you had 3 people before you.
No. What I mean is, before you guys started talking, I was giving it some thought, because why are we gonna have such a cool little title for today's show and not have him be the next standing man of the day? I mean, I give my next standing award to Mr. Koreniuk, Mr. Cobra Kai, because he struck hard, he struck fast, and no mercy, won the game for us.
Struck first.
Yep.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. I'm sorry, it's late. I got to work tomorrow morning, and I'm going on 4 hours of sleep from the baby. Last night was rough.
That's crazy, man. I'm going on 4 hours awake.
Enjoy it while you can. But no, I gotta give it to him. The guy, he how many minutes was he in?
3 plus stoppage, 87.
30 seconds.
Look at the impact that he had on the season, and he's only been there for 3 minutes compared to what Chicha and Zubak have been trying all season and just failing and being fodder for us to just crap on. And this guy comes in 3 minutes, just makes a huge impact. I mean, ended the 6-game losing streak, got us to 3 huge points, and all of a sudden we can start thinking about, hey, maybe we can carry some of that momentum against a team that we've been dealing with very well in LAFC. You guys think we're going to see more Koreniuk in the next game? Because I hope so.
Super
And he's my next standing for the today.
I think it works. It works just like that, just like Koreniuk. All you need is a shot. No reason to get carried away.
Yeah,
go little by little. No, but all jokes aside, I think with him, that's the way it's got to work. He's got to come off the bench and give us that spark, because we really don't have that spark from anywhere else. I mean, Gordon Wild is not coming in. Dunbar is not coming in. Might be a little too young, anyways. And Koreniuk, if I'm not mistaken, he was like the Galaxy 2 Player of the Year last year, the year before that. So yeah. That's the kind of spark we need, and just to have him start right away, yeah. Maybe not yet, but let's not get too excited.
Super subs, man. Super subs,
bro. Him and Carlos Harvey, bro.
Him and Chicharito, bro. And Chicharito too, man.
That's like, the most expensive.
Leave him in the fucking bench. Put him in super sub, bro. Give me your best 15 minutes, guy. Come on.
All right. Anything else about this game before we move on?
We won. That's it. Let's go to the next one.
the Dodgers were winning, and I was watching this game, and I was like, "Oh, can it get any better?" And then the Galaxy won, and I was like, "Ah!"
And honey, I
Well,
just baked the pie. It's the
No.
best day.
no, dude. One thing I do want to say though, I genuinely want to see the Araujo and Pavon link up more, dude, because I feel like that's like a dangerous side right there, bro.
Ooh, yes, it is.
Like I feel like Araujo and Pavon are a stronger duo than Insua and Pavon. I genuinely think that.
Nice.
Just more speed, more. I don't know, just those passes that Araujo be putting, man. I could just see him like putting him right where he wants and just having freaking Pavon take off, bro. You know.
So I'll say one last thing. Gotta bring the room down. Enjoy this win while it lasts. We struggled. We went on a 6-game losing streak that's now snapped, and we don't know how long this is gonna last. So enjoy it while it
There
lasts.
you go. There you go.
On to the questions.
Oh. You want me to read questions after saying that?
Go ahead. You want to do it? Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I got it.
I allow you.
Logan Jones on Instagram. Players leave, managers leave, but the fans will always be there for the badge. That was his,
All right, great.
you know,
That's more of a statement.
Yeah.
more of a statement. Valdez, Corona, Daniel. Get the win. We did.
Another statement.
Another statement. Here's another statement. Off the post 18 says, oh, that's a question. How many sad beers will be drank tonight? 0. All happy beers.
Yeah.
GK Martin 8. An offer comes from Chivas for Hernandez. Should the Galaxy take it regardless how low it is?
Peace.
Regardless how low it
How
is.
low?
I can't say regardless how low it is. I know.
I mean, it's still some money back
I
though,
know-
right? I guess.
Yeah, I know it's not our money, but you also can't. You can't. You're the Galaxy. You can't. Fuck. What's the word I'm looking for here? Fucking today.
Can't get bullied.
Yeah, you can't
into
get
making
bullied.
deals like that.
Yeah, you can't. You have to show that you are a business still. You know, you can't come in and punk us like that. I think the Geo thing was kind of that message too. Like, we don't care what you're worth. Don't fuck with us. You know, nobody wants you. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. So how low it is as a fan, I'm like, fuck yeah, get out of here. You know, let's
$3.
about $350. But
Not $3.50.
but no, not. I mean, I'm down to sell them, but not. No matter how low it is, of course.
Yeah, I am with you on that one. Joey Mousepad, Joey. If Bingham would have played versus San Jose, do they score 4 on him? Man, they scored 10 on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. Come on, Joe. You know better than that.
From a friend of ours, Dark Ghost Fix
Ooh.
asks, you guys are since 96, but haven't done anything since 2014. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I do it better than Bob. There you go.
Bitch. Logan Jones again. We should release Chicha 9 million on the bench. Fuck that.
All right. A lot of Chicha hate. We'll get there in a minute.
Yeah.
Too.
Clutch Chris. If Keno ain't an option, who you got?
Roberto Martinez. Do it.
Pep Guardiola. Do it.
Come on, Edgar. Keep the chant going.
It's Jose Mourinho. Do
Hell
it.
yeah. I mean,
Tony.
Zidane, bro.
yeah.
What is an Eric Cantona?
You think Alex Ferguson is itching to come back?
Ooh. Maybe. Aaron
Damn.
San 14 says no identity. If that is correct.
Yeah. I still don't think we have an identity.
Yeah, I said that a few weeks ago, didn't I? Like the team lacks an identity, but I don't know. Maybe this is a start. Super subs. We keep saying super subs, super subs.
That's our identity now, bro. Super subs.
I think our identity is and has been Pavon all season.
Yeah.
However,
It's
Pavon
high
goes,
than
that's
his
how-
lows.
However, he goes, the game goes.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
I agree with that. Rodriguez 15-13. Can we sell Chichagol during the winter market?
Sure.
If anybody takes them, yeah. Why not, right?
I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't know if anybody wants him.
Especially seeing how the format he's in, dude.
Nah, they're gonna. I'm sure the offers. I'm sure the phones are ringing, but if they're gonna be lowballed because they see the frustration, they see the news. You know, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything good out there.
They see our show.
Exactly. More than Jorge Ramos.
Here's a follow up question for that, and something you guys can ruminate on is, this is probably most likely Chicha's. I'm not. Is this is Galaxy's not going to be Chicha's last stop in his professional career? Where does he go from here? And
Chivas.
considering how bad he's been playing, where does he go? Does he go back to Liga MX, or does he go play like in like El Salvador for like FAS or something? Or
No, I still think Chivas will take him,
Yeah, I think
and
so,
I still
too.
think they'll. I don't think they'll. I think they'll
Money.
offer the Galaxy
I
some
don't-
good money.
I don't know
Not
who-
all of it, but they'll offer something reasonable.
I don't know who that front office is or whatnot, but they paid $12 million for Antuna, so I'm
Yeah.
sure they'll take him.
Easily.
Nope.
I think
Logan
Lucian
Jones.
Firpo could really use him. What do you think?
Please don't hit me. Hell yeah. Logan Jones. Why aren't the refs calling fouls for Yoni? They did. He got hurt. Rodriguez 1513 again asks, Jonah is not the same player. Can we sell him and buy a better player?
Maybe.
I don't know. I think Jonah's still recovering from that injury. I have more faith in him when he finally recovers, because we've seen what he can do when he's in top form. It's been such a weird season, and we were just talking about how during this international break, him going to play for Mexico gave him an opportunity to reset. Maybe this is what needed, some time to get away from this weird situation that he's been in. You know, with team being in such bad form, and he's gonna return to a team that got the win against Vancouver, and hopefully gets another positive result against LAFC, and maybe that's something that's going to spark him to have a better rest of the season.
Well-
I have faith that that's going to happen.
Well, I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be thrown into the deep end because I see him starting. If the quarantine's up for him, he's gonna have to start in against LAFC, given that Corona might be still hurt and
Kitchen,
Kitchen is
with the yellow.
suspended, and we don't know Yoni's
We-
status. So
We got Carlos Harvey, bro.
I don't know, man. That's kind of scary, but yeah.
You know what? Fucking, I'm gonna throw you a curveball, bro.
Throw me that
Put
shit.
put the pew right there.
No, man.
As a CDM?
Ya
Yup.
está feo.
as the kitchen, bro, and then have people and have people and stairs in the back.
Nah, you can't do that.
He isn't.
People,
I'm just.
people
Hey, that's a
shelf
curveball,
life,
bro.
man. He
That's
has
a
a shelf
curveball
life.
right there. Or even have people in the front, so you still have the speed of the pew in the back.
I don't know. People has a shelf life, man. You can only get so much from a little period of time.
Yeah.
Put it in the fridge.
With Jonah, though, if he.
Oh, I didn't
can
even answer the
somehow-
question.
No, well, if he could somehow not be a DP
Yeah.
moving forward, I'd keep him.
Yeah, but I also, you know what? To answer his question, I think I'm ready to move on from him. It's not just the level of play, but the guy's injury prone. You know, he's got DP money. Even if he takes 10 money in an MLS type league, that still hurts. You know, so for somebody that can't stay on the field and showing that he can't stay on the field, I think I might be ready to cut our ties and good looking out. I'm glad you got to clap some cheeks. You know.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully, the cheeks are as good as wherever you go that they were here. And Fas,
All right.
he's gonna go. He's gonna go wait for Chicha and Fas or.
Fern Dog. He has a question and a very controversial statement. We'll go with the question first. Can we just forfeit the season? I wish. I wish.
What, he wants to tank and get the number 1 draft pick or what?
His controversial statement. People are going to hate me, but Pavon is not that good.
Well, go ahead, Brian. Take that. Take it. Do it. Say it.
Pavon Sandrini. I even said it already. He's good, but he's Pavon Sandrini. He's Alessandrini to me in the team, especially in the shit-ass season that we've had. He's that.
Okay, here I have something for you, Brian.
Yes.
I want you to flip the script and answer that question by defending Pavon and tell me what's the value he brings to the team, and be positive.
Ooh.
Hmm.
He keeps GBS company. Yes, GBS has somebody drink mate. with.
It would have to be. let's say GBS is not the coach. What can he bring a team? He brings speed, a lot of speed, and a lot of threat to the offensive side. One thing that I haven't liked about his game recently is that he's very predictable. Same thing that Sangini was. So the positives aren't.
But do they think the negatives outweigh the positives?
Right now, in this current situation that we're in, yes, I think they do.
Do you think the team would be better off without him then?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Then your argument is moot.
But it's, I don't know. It's a weird situation because is he worth that 20 million that they're trying to ask for him? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's worth 20 million either.
Half at the most. Is he? I don't know. Can he? He's not carrying the team. He wants to be in Europe. He wants to be in big teams in Europe. He's not carrying an MLS team, which a lot of those teams look down upon this league, right? He's not carrying the biggest team here. If he can't do it here, what makes you think he's going to be able to do it somewhere else?
He has been carrying though. We were just talking
carrying
about
to what? To 6 L's in a row?
No,
Today he gave an assist to one player that came in for 3 seconds.
Okay, here's an example of what I'm trying to say. Without Pavon, Galaxy is a lot worse than they are now, correct?
Any MLS team without Pavon is
correct.
Not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But you take Chicha out of the equation, and Galaxy suddenly becomes better, correct?
Okay.
I sit on that. So there you go.
My only argument is he's not worth the 20 million. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he's not.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
He's kind of devalued himself because
you give him 12.
His performance during his loss.
I disagree with that. He's not that good. But yeah, not worth 20 mil. Anyways, moving on.
He's a listener to me. Take that for what it is. Tuscadero, Klinsmann better than Bingham?
Easy.
Hell yeah.
Easy.
Hands
Hell
down.
yeah. I think so.
Edgar made a face.
I think Bingham has more experience just based on the amount of time he's been in the league. I think Bingham just got into a rut. And Klinsmann coming in, he's the new shiny thing, and he's doing well so far. He's physically more imposing than Bingham. And it's good to see that he's doing well so far. I'd like to see him get more games under his belt against much more difficult opponents, because as we saw, a lot of the goals that Bingham has given up are clearly not his fault. It's that defense in front of him. It's just a mess. But we'll see. Maybe once Klinsmann gets 4 or 5 games under his belt against stronger opponents, we can go back and say, hey, this kid is actually better than Bingham. Or we'll just see that over the course of time, it's more of the same.
I mean, one thing that I do notice about Klinsmann, dude, he looks sharper than Bingham. That's for sure. At least that's what I feel. He, like, even how he drops to the ball, how he dives, he just looks more on point. As Bingham, like, I don't know, he doesn't seem that sharp. I guess his speed or whatever to drop down and do all that stuff, it's not that great. But I mean, the kid's doing good, man. I can't say nothing bad about him. I personally think he's doing better than Bingham, but like you said, with tougher opponents, we'll see how he does.
And he has a matchup against LAFC, so we'll see on that one too.
You said tougher opponents.
They're in the playoffs. We're not. So
is Vancouver, and we beat them. Keep taking those
points,
Brian.
At this point, every team on the whole freaking the standings, man, is more bigger than us, dude. We're stronger than us.
Yeah.
Damn, even Cincinnati, ain't that some shit? Jojo asks, is the guy that scored today already tied and goes with Chicha? Yeah. 1-1. Pat Espinoza, 22. Who's that guy that scored? Cobra Kai Koreniuk.
Smooth as Koreniuk.
As smooth as Koreniuk. Only Galaxy news. Slowest midfield in the league. Legit, Kleshin, Kitchen, and Efra. Combined pace is 60.
You said
I
don't think Kitchen's that slow. I don't think the Jet's that slow.
Combined pace? Damn.
Yeah, that's like, damn.
I'll agree.
That's like third division on
pace.
third division on FIFA.
I'll agree that Sasha is not the quickest, but he doesn't have to be. Efra, yeah, I think Efra has gotten faster, and he's probably working on that. But yeah, Kitchen definitely not. He's not that fast. Like, recovers pretty quickly. I just think he looks slow because he's tough. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, combined 60.
You can be quick, but not necessarily fast.
Yeah, that's it.
MLS BR Clown. What did you think of the Chicharito and Pavon connection today? And it was GBS that leaked that into the press.
Told you. Told you.
So what do you think about the Chicharito? You know what though? I did see them pass each other a lot more this time around.
I had that on my notes. Hold on. I had that in my notes and I completely forgot. There's the one thing I pointed out before about Chicha when, you know, how I talked about, like, I believe what they're saying to some extent. How he wouldn't look at people. He'd like put his head down and put his thumbs up. He was actually on camera, like looking towards somebody and like yelling at him and talking to him. Well, not yelling at him, but like telling him, like, and pointing, doing gestures.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, something changed. Whether that leaked out to everybody or that shit got heated in the locker room, something changed because there was definitely communication today. There was like eye contact, like my bad and shit like that.
It was positive, yeah. It wasn't like fuck you, oh fuck off,
yeah,
and all that. Yeah. It wasn't none of that. It looked more like a constructive criticism when they're on the pitch, like, oh, give it to me here, or, you know, I like that. Hopefully this keeps going, moving forward, and we actually make the playoffs and win the whole thing, like I said on Twitter.
Hey guys, this is GBS's plan all along, and GBS we trust, right?
He's playing possum.
Well, it's about getting fired tomorrow.
Right.
And that does it for the questions, gentlemen. Thank you guys for sending in those questions. You guys are the shit.
All right. Last thing we'll get to, we'll make it quick. I know we're running long. Damn, we're running really long. So if you guys are all anywhere in social media, you could see that Galaxy fans are pretty upset, man. Getting pretty tired of the quality we've been putting out on the field, not just this year, the last few years. I know Spenny has brought it up. It's 6 coaches in 7 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And V Block even put out a letter, you know, talking about how, you know, this isn't good enough. You know, this isn't. They're not playing for the badge, and obviously Joe Totino had said that in his broadcast. So Brian put out another poll asking about Klein. Brian, if you want to read what you put in the results you got before we get into the conversation.
Yeah. Fuck. Kind of went out of it.
Good one, Brian. So, you know, there's a lot of people put in the hot seat by fans, not just GBS. Obviously, looking at DTK, Chris Klein, and, you know, funny thing is, we're all high on DTK, and I think it's because he was bringing all these players, these like band-aids, I guess you would say, right? And I kind of just took a step back and started being upset. You know, started looking at the Onofo years and thinking, like, what's the difference? I understand the quality's a little better, but that's not championship quality. You know, what if we move these kids? What if these kids don't develop with us? We're just developing them just to sell them. Then we're going to start all over. The next effort comes in. The next Julian comes in. And we don't get those guys. And it didn't help that the Jorge Ramos and Isubanda thing came out. And I heard what they had to say. And they're like, why are people surprised? Why are people surprised about what DTK's doing? This guy failed basically everywhere he went. And I was like, wait, did he really? And I didn't look at enough to see numbers, like as far as their team's performing. But he never finished his contract anywhere, and that should be alarming. You know? Yeah. So,
well, on Twitter, Mr. Elmer Salza had tagged us, and he said, hearing that Robbie Keane is a big option to take charge soon in the LA Galaxy, what do you guys think? And he tagged us. I personally think he's not the guy for him to come in right away. He's coming into a sinking ship. And especially with what's going on with the front office, I don't think it's ideal. If he were to come in, I would think it'd be with everybody who's in charge in that front office would be gone.
Yeah.
Right? With Beckerman, with Klein, with DTK and GBS out, bringing a new thing and have him come in. Cool. That'd be all right with me.
There is no one person. There's no one person that's going to come.
It's not one person to me. It's a whole lot of people that need to go before we try to bring in a person like Robbie Keane. For one, he's a legend, and if you bring him in here and he fails, like he most likely will,
let's be harsh. Let's be harsh about it. Fucking losers. That's all we have right now. It's a fucking losing mentality. There's nothing but fucking losers, and you have to you have to wipe that out. This is something that I'm gonna take from Spenny as well. How many players in there that on the team that we have now are winners? Maybe Pavon. How much did he have to do with Boca winning? Maybe Chicha. But how much did Chicha have to do with those teams winning? And look how he's doing now. And that's all we have. Yeah, Robbie Keane. Jonah, what did he win?
He won the Gold Cup for Mexico.
Oh my God.
He won it for them. Yeah, he did. What a banger. I was there watching that shit.
Shit, I have
not there.
It's the Gold
but I saw
Cup.
it.
That's Gold Cup, bro. I have a Gold Cup medal here. But Robbie Keane's a nice start. He's been here. He knows what it takes to win. But there's not one guy. There's not just one guy that can come in and fix everything.
So I asked
Well, it
Galaxy
has
Twitter.
happened in the past. Sorry, it has happened before though. Bruce.
Yeah, but Bruce
He came in during really dark times.
Bruce was technically two guys because he
he-
also was GM.
Yeah, but it can happen. It can happen, but you'd have to get that person extraordinary leeway and power to do that kind of stuff. And I don't know if the front office or client would be willing to let that happen. We want to think that Robbie Keane could step in and be a solution to what ails the Galaxy right now, but we still don't know. Like I keep saying, I think we brought this subject up before. I want to see him get some more experience under his belt because I naturally think he would be a great coach for the future, but not right now.
Yeah.
Another name that's been brought up was God, I forgot her name. Former U.S. Women's National Team coach. Yeah, Joe Ellis. And the same argument. I mean, she has an amazing amount of experience, but I just think bringing her into this dumpster fire would not be a good thing for her. She deserves to have a much better pool of players to put together. I think she would be great. I heard that DC United was also considering her, but they're in a worse situation than we are. I think she deserves to go into at least a team that's in the process of rebuilding or has something going on because just with like Keane coming here, they don't deserve that. That's too much of an issue. I think GBS and DTK got to figure things out, and hopefully Klein, gets his paws off of this and let them do their thing instead of trying to sell shirts. How many shirts are you going to turn in a damn pandemic? Just get some wins.
Yeah.
And I think wherever you get wins, you're gonna get the fans. It doesn't matter if you bring in a star or you get the wins, you get the titles, you get the fans.
And then real quick, you said right now, you said it perfect. So you said, how many shirts are going to sell this pandemic? Well, I think the pandemic for us, as far as fans and what's going on with the FO, is a bit of a blessing in disguise. I know there's bigger things than soccer, but if we were in this situation and we were losing, there was always a distraction of, we're going to games, we're having fun, we're getting drunk, but there isn't that. So, yeah, selling jerseys is cool, but you know what's also good for business, Mr. Chris Klein? Winning, bro. Winning is always good for fucking business. You remember, was it 2014? I remember the stadium having a pretty good attendance. Who was the star there? Keane, Donovan.
Robbie Keane.
There was no
Donovan.
Beckham. There was no Chicha.
There was no. But Robbie Keane is arguably one of the greatest DPs of all time.
But like in a marketing scale, the way they see Chicha, no one was near that. Even Donovan, as much as we love him, dude, Chicha is way bigger than Donovan.
Yeah, and I'm with you with that one. Well, I asked Galaxy Twitter and our Nagsters what they think and what would they do. 13% said that they will hire him now. 6% said, but like seltzers for the win. Another 6% said TikTok over the G's. And 75% said wait for a front office change.
And then 1% wrote in Kanye West.
I agree with him. With the poll, I agree with you, Frank. Like, yeah, dude, they just gotta clear the whole front office and then bring them in.
And this is the thing
to bring them
too.
into a shithole,
Yeah, and this is the thing too. Let's say we're bringing a whole new front office and they do want to hire a Robbie King. I wouldn't be mad at that because we know that there's going to be growing pains. We know there's going to be some losing seasons, but we know this is going to be his project, right? And he's going to be able to build this into something that he wants to, like his vision, instead of having him to come save a sinking boat. I mean, the Titanic wasn't, nowhere near being saved. So Yeah, let's take care of that front office first. You know,
Here's the
clear
question though:
everybody is in there, and then see what happens.
who does Klein have to respond to? Who's above him? Is it
Beckerman,
some
Dan Beckerman.
It's Dan Beckerman.
Dan Beckerman?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
he
so
gonna?
he has
Is
to
he?
go too. I would think he would have to go too.
Who's gonna hold them accountable? I mean, is it somebody, some faceless person at AEG? Is it Mr. Anschutz himself? Is he gonna come down?
That's the thing, if Thanos comes off the throne, then fuck. That's a no. But I think, you know what, you wanna, you can't, yeah, you can't throw Dan Beckerman into the fire too. But I think he's the one that has to save his job. He's in the tip top. He hired Klein. Klein brought in DTK and GBS, which is fucking water and oil. It doesn't work, doesn't mix. So Beckerman has to fucking clean house. That's if we get rid of Beckerman as well, then it's I think we're looking at a long ass process and fucking him taking a huge ass gamble.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, he's also handling the Kings, isn't he?
I'm not sure about that, but yeah, he needs to. Yeah, he definitely needs to be the one to clean house and figure this shit out right away. Let me ask you guys a question real quick because we're running kind of late. So I feel like there's the reports obviously from Ireland that Keane is coming, but there's nothing been. Edgar was
In
telling
Ireland.
yeah, coming from Ireland, Edgar was telling us that don't believe shit. His friend from England said don't believe shit from Ireland, something along those lines. But
Or Ireland.
My God. No, I think what he said was like, a lot of these sources are tabloids. I mean, tabloid in journalism is like a format for for a certain publication, but here in the U.S., a tabloid is known for being those
National Enquirer and shit like that.
Those, before our current era where everything is fake news, they were the ones that published all the fake news that you saw on store shelves. But there's still some of these that exist in the UK. I think the Sun is one of them, and I really, really, really believe that it was like a slow news day, and some guy was like, "Hey, let's stir the pot," and they said, "Keen to Galaxy, yeah."
So this newspaper be publishing shit like Leprechaun claims they after me Lucky Charms.
Yeah. They were trying to steal his strawberry smiggles and he got slaughtered by some kids on the road.
Why would you do that?
It was because it was funny. Come on, that shit.
They ate his stomach acid.
That shit was just like brewing in my head, and I had to wait for Edgar to stop talking without laughing.
You were so excited for that one, weren't you?
Hey, real quick, check it out. You asked if Beckerman also runs the Kings. So Antonio says he used to run the Kings, and he drove them to the ground. So
he's driving us to the ground right now.
And then Antonio follows by saying us too. Anyways, back to my question. So there's a lot of rumors about that. There's even Guessman went live on IG today. He kept saying that this might be GBS's last game, despite what happens, and even did a play on words. So the Galaxy is keen on doing something tomorrow. But here's my question: would you guys be open to, say, King comes in tomorrow and having him like under a Kinnear to learn for the rest of the season?
100%. 100%. If he's assistant coach and just, intaking all the information and all the knowledge that Dominic Kinnear provides him and just watching him do his head coaching stuff, hell yeah, right away.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Dominic Kinnear is a quality coach, man. You got to remember, he led teams to MLS Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Back to back, right? One of the few coaches
back to back. Houston, right? Back to back that we mopped.
So something else I'm interested in. The clock is ticking on Pavon, whether we buy him or not. The price tag is pretty high. This is one reason I want to see GBS go today. I want to see how Pavon reacts without GBS there coaching. I want to see how he reacts to another coach, because everything you've seen, all the highlights you've seen, even the days in Boca were under GBS. So let's see what he does under somebody else, somebody that he doesn't feel he has that starting spot, because that was GBS's man. So this one can have a Chicha type season, and he's always going to start. So that's the one reason I wouldn't mind seeing whether Kinnear or Keane come and take over tomorrow. I want to see how he reacts. Maybe he becomes that $20 million man.
That's an interesting point to bring up because all along we've been playing around with the idea of is he using MLS as a springboard to Europe or is he for real and he's the guy who's gonna lead us kind of like Joseph did for Atlanta. And now you bring into the equation the idea of like, hey, GPS is gone. That's like a safety net. So what happens to Pavon?
Yeah, that's a.
We'll find out tomorrow when GBS is gone.
Stay tuned for Dragon Ball Z.
No? All right, cool. So, yeah, I mean, any other thoughts on this whole Klein DTK GBS thing before we go?
Klein out. DTK maybe out. GBS. I guess he's out tomorrow, right?
Crazy enough, I'm out for all of them, but if I'd keep anyone, I'd want to see GBS with a different front office. But I'm on the out train as well. Because
Me too, dude.
he's
I agree with that.
a bit stubborn too, But if I had to save one of them, I think I save him over the other two.
Same.
If the sinking ship, who do you throw the lifeguard to? All right, GBS. There's
Well, he has a child.
he has a twin. All right, so I guess that pretty much does it, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I'm good.
Tight. So yeah, everybody out. If you want to find me on Instagram, you can find me as Eddie_Nags and Twitter as Eddie Nags all together. I don't know what my PS handle is or my Activision account is, but I'm on COD now and I'm about to get on there after this. Brian.
All of a sudden, you're on COD.
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and PSN as Brian Nags. That's BRYANT Nags. Tony.
Yeah, if you want to find me on either Twitter or Instagram, you can find me with Tony_Royale. And on my PSN, it's Tony X Royale. Hit it, Edgar.
Twitter, you can find me on Edgar Nags, Nags, all one word. And if you want to win, you could find me on PlayStation as Northern_Raven. I led the Nag Boys to victory, and I'll do it again anytime.
Okay, he's our slap on baby.
Hey, Tony, real quick, are those shirts still available?
Oh, yeah, dude. Check them out.
All right, so yeah, if you guys want one of the Real G's Vote shirt, they're still available. The one that keeps there it is. There you go. Put it against yourself. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Hit us up.
Real G's vote.
Yeah, thank you for
back.
LA 96.
Oh, hold on. Liga G96 is coming back. So we'll keep you guys updated with that. Liga G96, FIFA 21, come get it. Boracheks. Y'all don't want it. We're taking
remember,
it.
People, vote. Get out there. Well, I don't know if you have to get out there, but vote,
Yeah.
please.
Yes, very
Do it
important.
this week. It's really important because we don't know how the post office is going to be. We don't know what the... And be careful to vote. If you're going to drop off your ballot, make sure it's an official ballot box and not some of the phony ones that are being spread across Southern California. And we heard news about that. I don't know if you have, but get out there and vote.
Yes.
And make a difference, please.
Yes, very important. Shit is crazy. Well, with that being said, for Bryant, Edgar, Tony, my name's Eddie. We get up out of here. Keep on nagging.
Keep on nagging. We got that W, baby.
Real G's Vote.
Real G's vote.